Hey girl, hey. What's up, Jillian? So I am back with our 2 week/3 weeks check-in because I have to ask on the 2 week check-in. So I'm doing this video, recording this video just to talk about both, right? Both weeks. Week 2, let me pull it up from the brain. Week 2, we had to make the list of the crazy makers, and we had to face our own skepticism, and pretty much that's what week 2 entailed. Week 2, I was consistent with the morning pages on a couple of days, few days maybe of week 2. I didn't get to the 3 pages, but I was consistent in regards to writing. And anything profound happened with week 2. Week 2, girl, we didn't do an artist date. I tried. I ended up, well, let me just be honest with that. Week 2, I ended up signing up for like this meditation, the Sunday meditation gathering event that was happening in Pilsen, not too far from where the Lacuna Lofts are. And we were so late that we didn't end up going to the place. We did a lot of blank driving. I ended up going to like the lakefront, but I didn't walk. Did I walk? Girl, did we walk that day? No, we didn't walk that day. We didn't walk. I ended up signing up for another free event that was for that Sunday as well. But come to find out, it was some marketing shit. They was it was some people talking about becoming a sex coach, and they wanted to kind of like sell their course that they had online, right, to get certified in like sex coaching. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that we didn't do our week 2 artist date, and it was all good. I had to give myself so much grace because of that. And I was telling myself like, girl, okay, we're gonna get up, and week 3 is gonna be even better. So with week 3, I didn't do the morning pages as consistently as I would like. I missed a day. I missed yesterday's morning pages, but I made it up today. But I missed yesterday's morning pages, which was quite interesting, to say the least. I'm trying to get to the page so I can kind of like read what's what with it. But it was a lot that was going on with week 3, right? Week 3, what did we talk about with get it out? What did we talk about with week 3? Let me just go back and see what was up with this. What was up with week 3? I know in certain tasks that we had to do with week 3, it dealt with pretty much tapping into like your inner child. Certain things that took place in your inner child, like a task was to describe like your childhood room. What did you like about it? My childhood room, I want to say that from what I can remember, right, in regards to like my childhood room, I remember when we were living, we used to call it Crown Town, but when I was living like it was like 22nd and Cermak, when I was younger, I want to say that I was probably like around the age of 6, probably 5 or 6, if I can remember, if I was that age. I remember having a lot of toys. I remember having a lot of toys in the little junky room when I was little, and my mom used to always fuss at me about cleaning up my room. But, toys, I had that. I even remember like it was this huge stuffed animal lion, right? That I used to have when I was little, and I used to climb on its back. Like this stuffed animal lion was so big that I just used to crawl and sit on its back. It was like massive, right? Me being a 6-year-old. And I can't remember like where this is lying, like in the attic of like the building that we was staying in. Oh, excuse me. I have to kind of like sit and kind of like really think through and try my best to remember. But it got me to remembering like my childhood room once we moved from that place. And when we moved to 16th and Ridgeway, and I remember that room being empty. Like I had like a few dolls. I remember like my little steel metal day bed that I used to have in that room, but it wasn't anything like magical too much with that room. At that time, my mama was affording whatever it was that she was affording. It's interesting. There's a lot of thoughts coming into my head in regards to this, but a lot of thoughts in regards to choosing wisely. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. But anyways, yeah, that was interesting. So I had to make a list about that. Another thing that I had to write as far as like week 3's task is make a list, or list 5 things. List 5 traits that you liked about yourself as a child. A few of them I can mention right here on this video is that I was very imaginative as a child. I remember just, my imagination was everything. We didn't have much when I was younger. And I remember I just used to retreat in my imagination, like whether it was inside my mom's apartment or if I was playing outside, I just used to like make up like these make-believe lands, like this imaginary lands, within my little head. And that, I want to say that is probably what was like my biggest thing. Another thing I can remember, just going back to staying on 21st and Cermak, I remember that I wasn't really shy as a kid. I'm trying to remember like when the shyness like really started, cause I don't know. I remember I used to perform and everything. I was very. I want to sit with that kind of, sort of, so I can kind of like dig a little bit deeper in regards to like my childhood. But another thing that they had with the task that we had to do for week 3 was, they had us listing hobbies and the classes you would love to do for fun. Am I looking at this right? Oh, girl, is this week 4? That's week 4. My bad. Yeah, this is week 4 I'm on. No wonder. Hold on, what we at? Growth. What I can say though in regards to like week 3, I didn't fully finish the task. I was doing the morning pages, but it's like, man, I got to doing one morning page. I did one morning page to 2 to 2.5 to 1.5. And then it was a day that I have completely missed. But what was profound about week 3, let me just say this, is that when I missed yesterday's morning pages, boy, was I irritable. I really was. And that's funny to me because I ended up reading week 4's already, what week 4 entails. And in the reading portion, Julia was like mentioning like, the effects of like missing the morning pages. Boy, I felt that. And she mentioned something about irritability or, you being thrown off track, which was true, out there doing Jill Ended up missing the morning pages, not sticking to it. And boy, yesterday was just one of them days. Man, God had to take the wheel. Woo. But this morning pages, when I got back on the horse, I'm grateful that I was able to kind of like pull myself out the mud in regards to like my thinking. Yesterday I was thinking so negatively. And I don't know if 100% if that was due to like the morning pages, but it was just a lot of irritating things that was going on yesterday that was kind of like it was kind of like triggering a little bit, trying to pull me back into an old narrative, right? So this morning pages, I want to say it was very soothing, very reaffirming. It was like medicine. So it's like, man, I'm grateful for that. I went on me an artist date, and for week 3's artist date was just amazing. So I ended up, first I didn't have anything planned, set in stone on what I wanted to do for my artist date. I want to say yesterday night, scrolling, it was late at night before I went to bed, I was like, man, I need me an artist date. And I ended up receiving like an email notification from like Redfin of an open house. And I'm like, oh, cool, it's an open house. I was like, you know what? I'm going to make that my artist date, right? So I ended up saving this listing that they had for this open house. And then I ended up seeing another one after that, right? And the one that I ended up seeing after that one, it was a home as well. The first listing was a home. And it was on the west side, but I want to say this one was probably a little bit more closer to western, and like the certain section of the area where it was located in, the homes over there, the cost of them are like, they're a pretty penny, right? But anywho, long story short, so I ended up saving that one under the email, and I ended up seeing another listing that had an open house for like, the open house started at 10. It was like for 10 to like 4 or something like that. And this one was like on the west side, almost like the same area, but it was on 5th Avenue, which is like, still considered like the hood area. Beautiful ass house. So I made it in my mind that, oh, you know what? I'm going to go to this one instead, right? So it's funny. The first one that I saved, Jillian, it was from 2 to, what they had this home for. I want to say it was from like 2 to 5 or something like that. They had the open house for 2 to 5. Okay. And this other one was from 10 to 4. So, I got up the next day, was like, okay, well, yeah, today is the day I'm going to do my artist date. I ended up washing some clothes that I had in like my bin this morning. Did my morning pages, okay? Woke up from my funk, end up doing my morning pages to relieve me a bit. I was affirming myself most of that morning. Got up, washing my clothes, got up, doing what I felt that I needed to do in order to, get me going so I can go do my artist date, strip my bed of all its linen and everything so I can wash it. And then finally I take me a shower and get dressed and get ready to head out to like this, to like the open house that I wanted to go to that was in the hood on the west side. And I ended up leaving out probably like around 12 o'clock. Get there. Now, mind you, Jillian, this open house was for 10 in the morning to 4. Get there. It was like 1 o'clock when I got there. After 1, probably like a good after 1, probably like around 1:30 or something like that when I got there. And I walked through the gate, looked at the house, but wasn't nobody there to like let me in to see the house. So I'm like, dang. I was like, man, I wanted this to be my artist date. I'm like, man, oh well. So I sat there for a minute to see if I can wait to see if somebody would come. Maybe they had, I don't know, went and got them something, a brief lunch break or whatever the situation is. So I waited there for a minute to see if somebody was coming. Then nobody come. So I ended up driving off, and I'm like, you know what? I'm still going to do me an artist date, but I'm going to take myself to like this Thai restaurant that me and my sister had visited before, right? And as I'm driving away from the first listing, and instantly, like, it popped in my head. I'm like, man, the original listing that I had saved for an open house today, oh, that's still available. And the open house starts now. So by this time, when I was driving off from the first listing that I went to, it was time for the original post open house. So I'm like, okay, I roll around. It was like 9 minutes away from the place. I'm driving. I noticed as I'm driving to the location where I'm going, they had shut off. They was doing like some construction, so they had like a detour going on. So I'm like, man, am I going to be able to get to the street? So I'm following the detour or whatever the situation is, looking at my GPS, seeing where it's taking me. In my mind, I was thinking like, man, I'm probably not going to be able to get on the block, but I kind of like figured out how to get to like the location of the home. And it was cool. Oh, let me rewind back a little bit. Now, when I couldn't get in the first listing, right? The first open house. And the thought of the second open house popped into my head. I felt like some resistance. I felt resistance because, for one, in my mind, I knew it was going to be like a bunch of fucking white people there, right? Because of where the home was located. And I already knew where this resistance was coming from. This resistance was like, well, do I belong? Am I going to stand out or stick out like a sore thumb? Like, what is it going to be, right? And so I kind of like affirmed myself, and I was talking to myself on video. I'm like, man, Jillian, you belong. You belong, just go. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? You just flowing, you know what I'm saying? Just going to an open house. There's nothing to be afraid or nervous about. And baby, you belong. Go, just go to the open house, just flow. So I ended up telling myself that, and I ended up riding to the open house, finally get there. And yep, when I get there, I see all of these luxury vehicles, beautiful Porsche parked outside. It was kind of dope. Get inside of the home, and when I tell you it was beautiful, I wish I could have took pictures. Next time I do some shit like this, because this is not going to be my first artist date, we're going to like open houses. I'm going again, first of all, to get my nervous system used to me being in spaces like that. Spaces that a hood girl, quote unquote hood girl, would feel like, you know what I'm saying, this is not her setting. Like, she don't belong. Fuck all that. You belong in all rooms, okay? You belong in all the rooms, girl. All the rooms. But anyways, when I went there, so it was a home, but at the basement level of the home, it was an Airbnb. They set it up as an Airbnb, and they were selling the entire house. So that was kind of dope. So it was apartment building at once that they created and made into a home, and then turned it into an Airbnb. So you can kind of like get you some money off of that one, because it was kind of like dope where it was located. What else I want to mention? Beautiful ass. When I get there, the white lady came and opened the door. She was like, oh, yes, welcome. First thing when she opened the door, I'm like, oh, well, I'm here to look, I ain't have to say nothing. She was like, oh, no, it's okay. Come on in. You know what I'm saying? I love guests, or whatever the situation is. Please, could you reach down and put these shoe cushions on, these shoe covers. So I ended up putting the shoe covers on and everything. It was a vibe. Like, it was like really a vibe. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I went and explored. It was a beautiful ass home. I wish I could have took a video and some pictures. That backyard, baby. That backyard was it was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, like, it could be some real good times happening in this backyard. You get what I'm saying? Just alone. They had like the gazebo and the sitting area. It was kind of dope how they had it set up. But once I left there, oh, I even asked questions to the people. You know what I'm saying? Just ask questions, just curious, just looking. I'm proud of you, Jillian. Let me just tell you that, okay? I know I'm over here rambling, but I am like super proud of you for going to this open house, the second open house. Even with the resistance, I'm proud of you. Baby, keep going because you absolutely belong. Keep going. Like the resistance is coming up because that's the old narrative, right? And you already know that old narrative is clearing out. That shit done. It's time. It's time to go after everything that you desire in life. And I'm just going to tell this and say this, like the how is none of your business. That's God's job, okay? You just keep walking, keep going, and keep allowing yourself to be inspired. Now, once I left that open house, I was feeling good. I was like, you know what? I'm going to continue this artist date, and I'm still going to take myself to the Thai restaurant. Went on the solo date, took myself to the Thai restaurant, had an amazing meal. I had me some fried sweet and sour red snapper with like some, what they call them for the appetizer. I had some curry, I think it's curry buns or something like that. Oh, so good. And I had a coconut boba tea, frozen drink. And that was like my meal. That was my meal for my artist date. Doing the open house and having my meal for the artist date. And once I left, while I was at the restaurant, I was listening to Jill Scott's new album. So at first I was going to scroll on Instagram. Then I'm like, nope, because this is a date. If you were with somebody you love, that phone would be down and you would be giving that person your undivided. So I absolutely allowed myself to sit there. I did pop in my headphones to listen to Jill Scott's new album, and I allowed myself to be present. I allowed myself to be present. And it also was meant for me to go to this Thai restaurant because I found me a spot on a Sunday when it was super warm outside. It was like 60 degrees outside in Chicago. Now it's like in the middle of February. I found me a parking spot right in front of the Thai place, you know. And I'm like, look at God. So it was meant for me to go here. And parking was free today because it's Sunday. But I had a ball with myself. Listened to Jill Scott. It was one song that was playing. I want to say it was pulling on my heartstrings a little bit because I felt somewhat emotional. And I'm really trying to remember why I was feeling a little bit emotional. But once I got back in the car to drive home, I did cry because, you know, I just had to affirm myself and let myself know, like, Jill, you are doing your best. You are doing your best. And I know, like, ego want to tell you, the old narrative want to tell you that you're not, you know, and your ego, your old narrative want to tell you that shit is not working out for you when it absolutely is. You know, the how is none of your business about none of this. You know, you keep walking, keep going, keep taking those steps, keep posting, keep doing whatever it is that you need to do. You get what I'm saying, baby? Because it's yours. It's yours. I trust that and I know that. I trust that and I know that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I was getting ready to say I trust God, which I do trust God. I really do. That is it. Got home, the kids stopped up the toilet, but that's another story. Got mad at this shit. They unclogged it, went back in my room and just sat down, you know what I'm saying, to finish my wash or whatnot. But today was a beautiful day. I've already read week 4's chapter. And I've already I don't know. I read that earlier, but week 4, it is the reading deprivation part, right? So I'm going to read to you what it entails. I mean, not week 4. This is week. No. Week 4. I was right. Week 4. About to read week 5, girl. Slow down. Let me see. Hold on, Jill. Let's see. Where we at? Here we go. What week 4 entails. So it says, this week may find you grappling with changing self-definition. Okay. It says, the essays, tasks, and exercises are designed to catapult you into productive introspection and integration of new self-awareness. This may be both very difficult and extremely exciting for you. Warning, do not skip the tool of reading deprivation. So pretty much week 4 is I can't read, right? I can't read nothing. I'm gonna have to find something else to do with my time. And I'm open to it. I'm gonna keep going. It may not be perfect. You get what I'm saying? I may not be knocking everything off the task list, but you know, as far as like the morning pages, I am showing up to the best of my ability, and I'm proud of that. And I am doing my best to do the artist dates. Another thing that they had mentioned for week 4 is that I have to do like an extended artist date. I'm gonna get creative with that. God gonna make something happen with that one. Okay, God is making something happen with that one, baby. An extended artist date, yes, I welcome it. And I know you delivering it right now, God. Thank you for everything. But that is it. That is all, Jill. That was week 2 and week 3, and yeah, I'll see you at the check-in of week 4. Okay, for the Artist Way.